Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. Rising, rising, rising. I say. We understand the power of the 3, the 6, and the 9. So, with that being said, I want to open this energy off with good energy, with the right spiritual energy, right? And I want to give a gratitude to all the gods and goddesses of Planet Kai, or the Tiamat. As with that being, you're black and you're Latinos and you're Latinas, as nowadays modern day people. You're what I like to call us newer melanated carbon soil beings, right? And today we're going to be talking about ancestors. We're going to be talking about ancestors today, right? We're just going to be scratching the surface on this topic, because it's imperative that we understand, especially as who we are. You know what I'm saying? Where we come from, what lineage we come from, and how we move and all of this. Because you got to understand, you don't just have ancestors within this physical lineage, Like, your ancestors just don't run deep. Your ancestors' bloodline just don't run deep through the physical. Because you have ancestors from each part of the land that you have been cut off from, right? So you got ancestors from behind the ice wall, is what some of us is aware of, that ice wall is just a wall blocking us from the other land masses. You have ancestors over there on that land mass too, not just on this one. You have ancestors from different stars, not just this one. You have ancestors from, what you know, continents. You have ancestors from different continents, not just this one, right? So it's imperative that we know this, because a lot of us want to get into altars. A lot of us want to get into this next level communication, this next level interstellar, this next level interstellar things. A lot of us want to really tap in, but we don't know who to start with. Feel me? There's a lot of energies out there, so you don't just be wanting to try to leach to the wrong energy, right? And you don't even understand the energy. So we're gonna be talking about that. I just want to get into a little bit of that, basically, for tonight. Happy 420 to y'all out there too, man. Happy 420 to y'all out there. Reflections. Okay, let's get into it though. So, basically, going through the 12 years of school, or through these 12 man-made program years of school, right? We've been taught that our ancestors went through, or we've been taught that our ancestors was brought here from a slave ship and all of this, and Christopher Columbus discovered the New World, all of this shit, right? Which is sort of half truth, half false, because Christopher Columbus did definitely discover the New World. You feel me? But false, we're already here, right? That's what makes him discover that New World. You feel me? So, so they tell us that our ancestors were brought in on these ships, and they tell us that our ancestors were slaves. They tell us that our ancestors were nothing more than field labor workers, hard labor workers at that. You feel me? But they don't mention how before they even landed on this planet, before Christopher Columbus even discovered a new world, they never talked about your ancestors in those times, though, right? That's because if they wasn't here to witness what the fuck was going on, and even if they did find out, you think they're gonna tell you? Not at all. So, basically, what they have done is, because they grabbed your soul when you were so young, they fed you this when you were so young. Then they showed you images. They showed this to your soul. Not only did they feed this to you, to your soul, they showed this to your soul, right? So they bleached it in you. They did more than just give you this information, right? They did more than just give you this information. They literally bleached it into your soul so that you would feel comfortable to where you didn't ask questions, or you would feel comfortable enough to where you would settle with those facts. And that's facts. So you gotta, it's imperative that you understand how far you've been pushed away from your true origins, your true nature, right? But then you like, okay, well, even if, you know what I'm saying? I got ancestors out there I don't know about, in timelines that I'm not aware of. What does that do me, right? But you have to understand those ancestors still remember you. They still remember you. You may not remember them, and there's some you don't remember, but they still remember you, right? Because they never left. They never went anywhere. They're still here, right? So it's imperative that you understand how far you've been pushed away and disconnected from your own people, your own family. So when you're talking about wanting to deal with energies, wanting to communicate between parallel dimensions to your ancestors, you have to be aware that you have been pushed away and pushed into a field of energies that you are not familiar with and you are not used to. And that's why you can't just be calling on any energy, man. That's why you have to be aware, right? Because we all still the same people. We're all still the same people, man. Ancient Egypt, or what they tell you is ancient Egypt, that's us. You ever thought about the shit we was doing before ancient Egypt? Or what they tell you Atlantis, that's us. You ever thought about the shit we was doing before Atlantis? Before they knew the Greek mythology shit, man, that's us. But what they did was took the power from your ancestors, right, and flip the roles. The story is true, but they flipped the roles. Where they took the power from us is when they flipped the skin tone of these people, man. It's deeper than just knowing this, because it actually affects your soul, right? You have to unblind yourself from this shit, from this type of things. Right? So you got all these, well, at a point in time, you had all these ancient civilizations, all these ancient tribes here. You had all these powerful kingdoms, all these royalty queens and kings. You had all these great people. There were this, and Latinos and Latinas. But where do you think they went though? Cause they didn't go nowhere. Cause they here now. That's us. That's you. We never left. We are here. We are the same people, man. We are the same people. That's what we want to get at today. Ancestors. We are the same people, man. Literally. But they made you believe that those people were some people outside of you. And they made you believe that the only time that your people were doing something was something they were doing for the white man. So, now what does that leave us to? Damn. How the fuck? Or you got a lot of us thinking, damn, that's why it's hard for us now. No, that's not why it's hard for you now. It's hard for you now because you're still the same motherfuckers from then warring with these motherfuckers. The war never ended. Right? But it made us believe that our people wasn't shit. We're cotton pickers, field workers, house Negroes. Feel me? They also made us believe that ain't no way we can get in touch with that. They also made us believe them the only people who we can get in touch with. If they do, but they also demonize the same shit our ancestors used to enhance themselves here in this physical. They demonize it. So even if you were to get a thought about going to go trying to channel the energy of one of your ancestors who was out there in the field, you would have fear because they have pushed the agenda to demonize, right? And even then, that's my whole point. You don't want to just go calling on random energies. Even when you think you have a clue of who you calling on, right? Because there's so many energies out here now that's not ours. Because they made it seem like the energy that was here outside of us is ours, but it's not. Right? It's not. It's not. Not at all. And so, my whole thing is, me to say that is, when, when you thinking about, whenever you thinking about, channeling this ancestral energy in, really meditate and sit with it, right? Before you do anything. Because when you meditate, you always calling back home. Meditation is a form to calling back home. Because you do not even come from this planet. Right? And that's another thing. Your ancestors are far more further than motherfucking field workers. Far more further than that. Your ancestors, the ones who created this planet, the ones who created that very same sun, because that very same sun in the sky is the very same sun that when the ancient Egypt civilization was here, that was the very same sun they rose under, nigga. So you can't tell me we're not the same people. They have classified us, they have reclassified us so many fucking times. They have classified us so many fucking times. Reclassified us so many fucking times. So when we hearing of the motherfucking, what tribe could I use? When we hear another motherfucking, we could use the Zulus. When we hear another Zulus, we're not thinking, damn, that's us. We thinking, damn, that's a tribe in Africa that went crazy. With Napoleon and them in that war. We're not thinking, damn, that's us. When we hear about the tribe, the Collegians, we're not thinking, damn, that's us. We're thinking, damn, that's a tribe in Africa who did some great shit. Shout out to them. That is us. Same people, man. They just blocked us off, separated us, and reclassified us. In the terminology of Zulu, the etymology of Zulu really stands for the star children. The star people. Because even they remembered and knew that we come from the stars. Shout out to the God Divine Insight, man. Free him. That's all I'm saying, family. That's all I'm saying, family. Reflections. We are all the same. We never left, man. It was ancient civilizations before they even landed here. Or what you call ancient, so they say. Your ancestors are further more than what you think. You have more ancestors than you think you do. You have a whole cosmic family. You have a whole cosmic tribe. You have cosmic ancestors. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, grand masters, elders. You got some of the elders here now in a youth vessel. Right? So it's imperative that we understand this. Because our ancestral go further back than just this physical lineage, this physical brutal mentality crucifixion. Because it ain't gotta be on a motherfucking cross with nails, nigga. On a poster with your back facing the sun getting whipped sounds the same enough to me, nigga. Yo. Yeah, man. So when you tapping in with them energies you really want to call home, that's sitting and meditating. You know what I'm saying? More than 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that's getting your thoughts out your head. That's clearing your mind. Because you're going to need a clear mind when you're channeling those energies of the ancestors. Because you're going to feel their presence. And when you feel their presence, it's imperative that you are aware of your intent. So when you calling on these energies, you must know it's a lot of roaming energies too. They want to be leashed onto something, right? But when you're in meditation and you sit there for only like 5 minutes, and you're in meditation, you only sit there for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you still getting thoughts going through your head. You still thinking this shit ain't working. That's supposed to be like that. And thoughts supposed to be going through your head. That's further boosting your awareness. Because then you have to sit and realize thoughts is not even yours. Once you hit an hour mark, now you start to see the darkness, the motion in that darkness start to form shapes, images, words. What they call astral projection, just a form of that. But it's not the astral planes that you're channeling from. So I want y'all to think, I just want y'all to sit on that. Your ancestors are way furthermore than what the fuck they had painted them and bleached their soul to believe them to be. You have ancestral energy you can call on that's gonna shake the whole motherfucking planet if you be fucked with those ancestral energies behind you. They're not gonna let you know that though. They're not gonna teach you how to do that. And they're not gonna let nobody publicly get out here who knows that teach you how to do that as well. You got a lot of us that don't give a fuck though, right? This is our information, galactically. Feel me? So be aware that when you trying to channel these energies of the ancestors on these altars, because you don't want to pull in an energy that's not a part of you. Feel me? That's my point. You are your ancestors. They are part of you. You don't call into them outside of yourself. You have to go in. You have to call home. That's meditation. Not for 30 minutes. Not for just 30 minutes. But it's not going to be easy. So don't push yourself. Don't rush yourself. Sit. 10-minute session 3 times a day. Every day. Week straight. 20-minute. 3 days. The next whole week. 30 minutes. Feel me? Take time with yourself. Because the more you take time with yourself, the more these ancestral energies is going to come out to you. You're going to attract them. You feel me? Your ancestral energies are there. But because your soul has a universal law of free will, they cannot just walk into your motherfucking life and start taking shit over. You have to allow them to do that, and that's why it's imperative that you have to know where you're calling this ancestral energy in from. That's what I'm getting to. Feel me? I'm gonna make a part 2 of this, man, because I don't want them to cut my shit. Feel me? I'm not on no live or nothing. This is just a straight video, raw from the camera shit. If they do cut early, I just want to say, again, peace to all the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. I just want my people to be aware of that. Feel me? It's not hard to call in these ancestral energies. You just gotta know where you're calling them in from, because they just don't come from a lineage of cotton picking. And if you got crystals, call home with them too, because them are like a phone, a direct phone, the one I'm on right now, towards calling home though. I also want to say, lighten up the etheric body, clench the etheric body, because you also want to make sure you're you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure you're not in a low state of frequency when you're trying to channel these energies neither. You want to make sure your energy is clear and clean. And how do you do that? Because a lot of people don't break that down for y'all neither. I'm going to tell y'all my personal way. Not my personal way, but I'm going to tell y'all a way that I would go about it. If let's say I wanted to sit right now, call in ancestral energy. Okay, I got an altar, right? And at that altar, I got water. I got a jar of water. And at the altar, I got a jar of dirt and other things that come out of nature. And then I got a crystal. I sit at that altar, right? Before I sit at the altar though, before I take a seat at the altar though, I want to grab a sage and I want to cleanse my body with that sage. I want to just take that sage over my body. You feel me? Then I want to go probably ground, get in that sun. I want to probably fast for a day or so. 9 hours, probably 9-hour fast, 19-hour fast, 6-hour fast, 16-hour fast, 3-hour fast, 13-hour fast. That way, or you can do this through a shower too. So I'll probably take a shower, be aware, let that shower, have that intent on that shower being a cleansed ritual though, metaphysically. Then through that sage after that shower, you feel me? Lighten your mood up, listen to some sounds, sing bowls. You feel me? Some sing bowls, tuned with the right frequency. Make sure your area clean. Make sure just the energy light. So when the presence of the ancestors hit, you can feel it. Feel me? Facts. I'm gonna run a part 2 on this, man. Y'all stay safe out there, Cosmic family. Y'all stay aware. Keep your energy clean. I hope you took in something from this download, whoever it meant to find. For all the ones who have eyes, let them see clear. For all the ones who have ears, let them hear correct. I hope y'all picked up what y'all need to from this. And I'm gonna run back with another one. Y'all stay safe for the night again. Happy 420. I come as I go. Peace. Family.